Right, here we go. We're going to take our second run through. You know what? Let's take that. Should we take that right-hand door this time? Yeah, let's do it. Or, now I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll stick with the left-hand door, but then we'll make other choices based on...
When Stanley came to
we're going through it straight away, man. Don't worry.
He entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we got this covered. Here we go. I think I was a bit quiet last time. I was just
Yet
in awe
there
of
was
it
not
all.
a single person here either.
No one. That's okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
Chris!
Stanley
Chris,
stepped
still
into
not
the
in
broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, okay, definitely. Here we go. Now this time,
Coming
let's
to
go
a staircase,
downstairs.
Stanley
That's completely
walked
different.
upstairs to his boss's office.
No, he didn't. Stanley was a rebellious little shit and went downstairs instead. Into the basement. The boiler room.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him
We're on a
wherever
loop
he
here as
went?
well.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yep.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
I don't know
His
so much.
co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now.
That doesn't explain the floating on the stars.
Now, hearing the voice speak
lack of
these
legs
words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
I just said
How
that.
else would the voice explain all that? This
Silly
voice
voice.
was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Yeah.
That
Think
this
about
was a dream.
boobs, Stanley. Think
So
about
he closed
boobs.
his eyes gently,
Oh, God damn it.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
Should have
the
thought about
press of
boobs.
the mattress on his back,
That's what I would have done.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. okay.
Ha! Still here. Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Ah! Freak out!
And everything went black.
Oh, you bastards. Damn it.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself,
Oh, that's
then
pretty
collapsed
good.
dead on the sidewalk.
Oh,
And
right.
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in
They
that
do?
moment,
Okay.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I
This
know
is really
what
good,
is
man.
real and what
Jeez.
isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, wow, that was really good. I wasn't expecting anything like that at all. Okay. Right, that'll be it for today, and hopefully you'll join me next time as we make another attempt at Stanley Parable with different decisions, and we'll see what happens next time. See you then. Bye.